Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are testing out a new product by Miss Lady Gaga herself, Haus Labs. She just launched her beauty line, Haus Labs, and I picked up the foundation because everyone's been talking about it, so I made sure to pick it up. So today, we're gonna put this to the test. We're gonna see how good this foundation really is, if it's worth the money. So if you guys are interested, please keep on watching. But before we get into the video, please don't forget, subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, turn your post notifications on, add me on Instagram, add me on TikTok, and let's get into the video. This is what the packaging looks like. Already, looking at the box, I'm already like interested. I love the packaging. It's so cute. I love the nude. I love how it's like engraved in there. It kind of reminds me of the old KKW packaging. Kind of reminds me of like that aesthetic, very clean, very nude. Love it. So love the way it looks, and I picked up the shade 260, which is light, medium, cool. I did it online, so let's hope it's the right shade. So on here it says it's a clean, cutting edge, long wear foundation that delivers superior makeup performance without compromising your skin. Infused with 20 plus skincare ingredients, buildable, medium coverage, luminous, second skin finish, ultra fluid, weightless formula. Okay, so I love that it's a medium buildable because you guys know I love full coverage. The only part that's kind of scaring me is that it says it's luminous. You guys know I'm oily. I don't like a luminous finish. I love a matte finish, but you know what? We're gonna try it. It says it's weightless, ultra fluid, love that, and I love that there's skincare ingredients in there. I've been noticing a lot of foundations that are coming out now have a lot of like skincare components to it, which I love. We're all for it because we want to take care of our skin. So before we try it out, let's pull out some facts. It retails for 59 Canadian, and she released I think about 56 shades, something like that. So she came out with quite a few shades, which is amazing. It says it's a natural finish, long wearing, it's clean. That's good. Medium coverage, and it's hypoallergenic. That's also really good. What else does it say? It says it reduces redness, helps even skin tone, and protects from environmental stresses. Key ingredients in here are fragmented arnica, which visibly reduces redness and irritation. So this would be great, I think, for somebody that would have like rosacea or has like a lot of redness on their face from acne or anything like that. It's supposed to help a lot with the redness. And arnica, I feel like, is also used for bruising. It helps with bruising, so I think that too. It also has a property blend of medicine herbs that promotes healing and calming. Property blend of super antioxidants that protects the skin from stress. Okay, and it says it also says that it wears for 12 hours plus. No slipping, no caking. It's a weightless serum-like texture that blurs the skin, blurs textures, blurs pores. Okay, all right, it's sounding good. It's sounding good, so let's put it to the test. So it says to shake well. I already have moisturizer on and I have primer on. I actually used a mattifying primer just because I know I'm very oily and I do want to see how it wears for people that have oily skin with a mattifying primer. Okay, so it's very soft, very lightweight. It is feeling a little oily, like a little greasy for me. But it does say it's like a serum texture, so we're gonna have to test it out, but definitely feel very hydrating. Like I said, I chose the shade 260, which is a light, medium, cool. I am a warm undertone. Typically in other brands, warm would be like a yellow golden undertone, but by looking at her website, I could tell that all of her shades that are cool are yellow undertoned, and all of her shades that are warm are a pink and red undertone, which is so opposite of like your typical brands. But it's very similar to MAC, because if you go to MAC, an NC is a neutral cool, and that is the yellow golden undertone, and then the warm is the pink red. You know what I mean? So I don't want to confuse you guys, but basically, if you start using Haus Labs, it is opposite of like your typical thing. So if you're a warm, you're going to be a cool in this line. If you're a cool, you're going to be a warm. Basically, MAC culture. So that's what I learned. So very, very, very similar to MAC. The shade is looking like this on my hand. It's pulling a little yellow, but more like an olive. So we're gonna see how this works on my face. So I'm applying like 2 pumps, and then we're gonna go from there. So it's definitely a medium coverage because it's giving you enough coverage, but you can still kind of see like my beauty mark right here. And it still looks like my skin. It does not look cakey at all, and I definitely see that my skin looks more smooth here. It just looks more airbrushed, so I'm liking that so far. I have a little bit of redness here on this side of my cheek, so let's see how it hides that. Wow, it really did hide the redness. I had redness a little bit right here, and you can see it definitely hides the redness. It evens it out instantly. I don't have to use a concealer or a color corrector to help with that redness. It literally just covered it. My skin is looking like skin, so I'm liking this. And side note, I just got my brows laminated, so I have to be very careful around my brows because I cannot get makeup on them because I need to leave them very clean for 24 hours. So I'm just going to go slightly around my brows because I don't want to mess them up. And I'm gonna add a little bit more. I'm gonna add another pump because I want to see how much it builds to a full coverage, but this would definitely be like a medium coverage. You can definitely see it still looks like my skin, but you know me, I love a full glam, so I'm gonna add more and build it up to more of like a full coverage finish. I'm going in with my beauty blender to just kind of buff it out a little bit. I always like to start with a brush and then go in with the beauty blender just to like smooth it out and finish it off. Okay, so this is what it's looking like with 3 pumps of foundation. I'm gonna go in with 1 more pump because I still wanna see how full coverage it gets. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit more on my cheeks. My cheeks is usually where I focus more of my foundation on because that's kind of where I have a little bit of pigmentation and a little bit of redness. So I'm gonna go ahead and buff this out. Okay, so this is what it looks like after using 4 pumps of the foundation. You can definitely see it is a medium buildable coverage. It started off as a medium. The more I added on, it started to cover up more, but it does not build to a full coverage because you can still see my beauty mark right here. That's always how I test my foundations. When it's full coverage, you don't even see I have a beauty mark. A lot of people are actually surprised when they see my beauty mark because it's always covered. But here you can kind of still see it, but I'm not mad at it because I feel like the coverage on my cheeks and wherever I want it covered is covered for the most part. I'm seeing a little bit of one scar I have come through right there. So initially I'm already thinking it's medium buildable, but it's not full coverage. Like it will not build to a full coverage because I've already done 4 pumps. So medium buildable, okay. I like how my skin looks smooth. It definitely looks smoother. I still think that you can still see some of my pores here, but it's still very, very smooth and it looks like skin. It's very airbrushed, very lightweight, and it's actually very dewy, like very dewy. It's a natural finish, but it's super dewy because you can see every time I turn my face, she's glowing, like she's shining, she's glowing. It definitely is because it's supposed to be like a serum-like foundation, and she's looking like she's wearing a serum because I am super glowy, which is interesting because I'm wearing a mattifying primer, which usually makes me very matte, but even with the mattifying primer, she is still glowing. I look very healthy, very glowy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish my makeup, wear it for a little bit, and then I'm gonna come back and show you guys how it wears, what my final thoughts are, and then we will talk about it. All right, so as you can see, I finished my makeup and I've been wearing it for quite a while now, so I am ready to talk about it. So the foundation itself has held up really, really well. And like I said, it was more of a medium buildable coverage, but when I finished my makeup, I used a translucent powder, a blush, a bronzer, and I feel like it really completed the look. And now it's looking like a full coverage foundation. I feel like it looks very, very flawless. Again, you can still see my beauty mark coming through a little bit. So it didn't cover it completely, but my skin overall looks so smooth, like very, very smooth. Everything looks covered. I don't see any pigmentation, any redness, any texture coming through. I am shocked at how like airbrushed my face looks, and it feels so lightweight. Like it does not feel like a foundation. It literally feels like a tinted serum on my skin. So something like this I would actually wear, and I was actually very surprised because it's a natural finish, and as you guys know, I am oily, but pairing it with the primer and I set it with a mattifying powder, translucent, it definitely did keep me matte. So I think that something like this, if you're thinking about trying it and you have oily skin, you definitely can use it and you can make it work as long as you're wearing it with the right primer and the right powder. And of course, if you're dry or if you have normal skin, you don't have to use mattifying products and it will give you that glow. But naturally, I do have a glow, so that's why I like to mattify. But I am very impressed. I'm impressed with the coverage, the formula, the wear. I'm just very impressed. I really like the color. I feel like this is something I would wear on like more of like my day-to-day, more of like a natural glam kind of thing, because usually I love a very full coverage when I'm going out to work or when I'm going out, but something like this is so nice for like my day-to-day wear. This actually reminds me a lot like the light reflecting foundation by NARS that I did review before. It reminds me of the same thing. They're both medium buildable coverage. They both have a lot of skincare ingredients in them. They both are natural radiant finishes. So honestly, they're very, very similar. However, when I tried the NARS one, I did find that it made me very, very shiny, whereas this one doesn't make me as shiny. It's still wearable for somebody like me who has oily skin. So honestly, I see a resemblance between both of those foundations. I would definitely say if you have the NARS one and you love it, you're gonna love this one as well. And now I'm actually very intrigued on testing out more of the Haus Lab products because I was swatching the bronzers and they are so smooth. The highlighters are beautiful. Like there's so many products that now I want to try, but at first I was like, you know what, let me try the foundation first to see if it makes the cut. And I'm impressed. I'm really, really impressed with this formula. And what gets me is that it says that it helps like your skin over time. It has skincare ingredients. You know, I'm all about the skincare, especially on a day-to-day basis. I feel like something like this will work. So I'm impressed. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Let me know your thoughts. Comment down below. Let me know what you want me to review next, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.